Okay, here we've got round 1 of Phantom Constructed against Mr. J. Breezy. It's probably going to be the mirror, because everyone likes HeraldBomb. Keeper of the Damned is not usually a card I see. So I've got two options here. He's probably playing a zombie deck, I guess. I could play Herald Legion Shard, just to make a huge Herald. But since he's in Necrium and he's playing some unconventional cards, like Keeper of the Damned, no deck really plays this card. I don't know if he's playing like Blightwalkers, which is also a zombie. I definitely don't want to get my Herald Blightwalked. So what I can do here is, this only works on his turn, right? Another target creature, level 1 creature you control gets one of this creature's destroyed, return it to one of the available spaces at random, but only this turn. Okay, so if I poison it with Malice Armament, it's gonna... So my options here are Malice Armament and Metamorphosis, because we've already discounted the Legion Shards, because he might have Blightwalkers, because I don't know what he's playing. So if I play Malice Armament, his Keeper of the Damned dies and deals 5 damage to me. My Malice Armament becomes a 5/5. And then I have a level 2 Malice Armament in my deck. I think it's probably better to play the Metamorphosis, because Metamorphosis is gated. Like, it's just hard gated. Unlike Dendrify, which is soft gated, which can target level 2 or lower creatures when it's rank 1. Metamorphosis has to target a level 1 creature, so it's better to rank this card up. Because if I don't rank it up now, it's pretty much going to be useless. So I'm going to put Herald in an off lane, because he might be playing Spiritstone Sentry, and I don't really want to play it in a side lane. And then I'll Metamorphosis his Keeper, hit him for 3. And more importantly, level up my Metamorphosis. This hand... The Invoker is not playable right now since it's not rank 2, it's just a 4/5. I could play the second Herald and Metamorphosis whatever he plays. That's probably what I'm going to land up towards doing. Unless he plays something that I can really Aranti Warlord, which isn't likely. Level 1 Aranti Warlord is only 3 damage. You usually use it in conjunction with Malice Armament to kill creatures. So Ator is a really good card. It gives his creatures haste. Scythian Shambler, I believe, eats the thing that's next to it. Yeah, so he can eat that creature and then move into that spot to kill my Herald. That was a really good play. Unfortunately, I'm just going to play a Herald, and that's an abomination, right? Yeah. So it looks like he's playing some sort of Scythian Shambler combo deck. I'm not really sure. I just kind of have to play it by ear. Really hard to tell what he's playing. With Ator, though, that means he's a level 2 Scythian Shambler and a level 2 Ator, so he can... I have to be careful about how he places his creatures, because he can move them into lanes with Scythian Shambler and then eat my creature. Another Ator? If he plays another Scythian Shambler, I would be pretty impressed. Wow. So I believe this goes to 6 toughness, so I can actually block it with Aranti Warlord and kill it. Is that my best play? I mean, I could play Thundersoar, and then it would die on his turn if he doesn't interact with my Thundersoar. But I think the play is to play Windspark and Aranti Warlord. Or maybe it's either Windspark Aranti or Thundersoar Aranti. It's probably Thundersoar, since Scythian Shambler gets really big. Actually, it doesn't get big. It doesn't scale as nearly as I thought it used to. I thought it scaled like it gains, when it eats a creature, it gains its stats at level 1. Then when it eats a creature, it gains 2 times its stats at level 2, and then 3 times level 3, but it doesn't work like that. You actually have to... It doesn't scale at all at rank 2, so it's awful in rank 2. And then in rank 3, you can use this ability twice, which means you can just eat 2 creatures. So I think I play Aranti Warlord and Thundersword, just like in a lane. Maybe I'll buy a... Actually, I don't like playing Thundersword when I can't block with it, so I'm just going to play the Windspark. I play the Windspark first so I can get the 3 damage off the Aranti. And yeah, hopefully I was going to draw a Patriarch to pump my Windspark, because the 2/7's not that threatening either. I can even play the Behemoth, depending on what my opponent plays. Behemoth's a very big threat. It's still a 10/10. You can't just ignore it, because it'll hit you over and over again. You can chump block it, because it gets smaller when you block it, because its power is always equal to its health. But it looks like his deck is kind of aggressive. Like, actually, the only thing I've seen from him is Ator, Scythian Shambler, and that card he played first turn, Keeper of the Damned. There's another Keeper of the Damned. So this actually dies to my Windspark. I'm not sure. I guess he's just playing Staff of Eris to level it, which is weird because it's a card that doesn't. It's soft gated. So I'm gonna play the Thundersoar and the Patriarch because I'm playing the Patriarch regardless here. At least this way I get to pump the Thundersoar. I think it's a little better than the Sharpleap Mammoth because Thundersoar scales a lot better. And it's also a really good blocker for Zithian Shambler, especially later it ranks. This hand has a few options. If we discount the Sharkplate Behemoth because it's probably not as good as level 2 Thundersoar Malice Hermit combo. It poisons my Thundersoars for 2. Everflame Phoenix Mystic lets him, whenever it hits me, he can play a spell. It's a pretty good card. I don't actually know what spells he's going to play. Does he have a spell in his hand? He has to, otherwise he wouldn't make that play, right? Generally against Ator. Okay, so he plays Staff of Varus level 2, so he now has a Varus in his deck, which is a creature that makes all his creatures attack twice a turn. And then he gets to play another spell because he hit me again with Everflame Mystic. So this time he plays a... nothing. That was a weird block, actually. Usually against Ator, I try to fill the lanes that Ator isn't in. So I think I want to play Thundersoar level 2 and then Malice Hermit. Malice Hermit kills his Mystic and will kill Ator on my next turn. And then I have 2 lanes that are basically protected. Like, I think I attack here. Then... I don't really want to replace my Patriarch because it makes my Malice Hermit bigger. Even though if he plays a creature in the center lane, it's probably... I forgot to play a Thundersoar first, I was talking. I meant to play Thundersoar first and then Malice Hermit, but I completely forgot to. So I guess now it might be better to block with Thundersoar so it gains some power. Even though I'm not like blocking one of his creatures from getting haste. And those 2 creatures die, so Malice Hermit gets +2/+2. Thundersoar gets a little bigger because whenever it gets damaged, it gains attack. It's kind of like the opposite of Sharkblade Behemoth in many ways. I actually really like the alternate art for Thundersoar. I never played with it before. So Keeper of the Damned doesn't actually have anything to target right now. Ator's not dying this turn, so it's not going to revive Ator. Oh, that he sacrifices to Nephrax? That's actually pretty good. I think it's maybe better to play Nephrax in an offlane, or in the middle lane there, so it gains haste, so it can make a 5/5. But I mean, that's cool too. So what do I want to do here? I can't Metamorphosis this Keeper. I can Dendrify it. I don't know if that's necessary. I can also Legion Shard my Malice Hermit to kill the Nephrax. It's probably something I want to do. And then maybe play Thundersoar in front of Keeper. It doesn't look like... I haven't seen any removal spells from him. So maybe Thundersoar is just better than Malice Hermit. Because Malice Hermit... Actually, I could put Malice Hermit in front of Ator. Kind of a tough call. I think it's definitely Legion Shard. Because I don't want to play Malice Hermit and Thundersoar. Because they kind of overlap. And then I think... I have to kill this Keeper. And Keeper can't target itself, correct? Yeah, it's another target creature. So if I can't kill Ator, then I'd rather kill Keeper of the Damned. I mean, I could Dendrify him. Is that better than a 6/6? Or is a 6/6 better? I actually should probably Dendrify Ator. I'm not too afraid of Keeper of the Damned, and Ator gives all his creatures haste, so it's a little more threatening. And then it's your level 3 or level 2 Metamorphosis, so I can actually play Herald in front of anything. Probably the Keeper. And then Metamorphosis whatever he plays. If he has a Zithian Shambler, he can't activate it yet, because it doesn't have haste. And he has nowhere to put it in an empty lane unless he replaces one of his creatures. That's one of the bad things about Zithian Shambler. It's kind of useless if it doesn't have haste, because it has to wait a turn before it can even use its ability. And it's only a 6/7 at rank 2, I believe. So Ator blocking something that's going to kill it. Then he... Oh, he keepers it, yeah. Plays another keeper. And that keeper dies to Thundersoar. So I'm going to... This is only +3/+3, so I can't block with the Herald and kill anything but a Tree Folk. My Thundersoar will kill Ator on the next turn, so I think I'm just going to play Herald and then Metamorphosis his Keeper. That kills his Keeper and deals a couple damage to him. I hope I draw my level 2 Herald in this turn, this rank. Because I really need to play that card, so I can have a level 3 one in my deck. Luckily, I just drew it. Now I can block his Tree Folk with it, because it's a free roll. And he can actually Zithian Shambler his Tree Folk if he wants to. But if he does that, I can Dendrify whatever he plays. It's another reason why Zithian Shambler is not that great. It'd be, what, 12 damage to me? And I would come back with 9 damage to him. With the 2 Heralds and the Dendrify. Plus whatever damage Thundersoar deals, because it's going to live this turn. If he plays another Keeper... I don't think he has another level 2 Keeper in his deck, right? I don't think he does. So either I'm going to see some level 1 cards here, or he just plays Zithian Shamblers. Ator's a very strong card. This card makes it very awkward to play around, because it gives everything haste if they play it in an empty lane. So there's a Zithian Shambler. As expected. Eats the Tree Folk. Might not even eat the Tree Folk. That's pretty good Nether Shriek. It's probably worse for him to eat the Tree Folk than not eat the Tree Folk. Yeah, because it does the same damage either way. But now that I can kill both his creatures with one Dendrify. Whereas I couldn't do that before. So I'm going to play Herald in front of Nether Drake because I can't really afford to take more damage. I'm at 39. And then kill his guy, attack him for 18. And then hopefully draw some Phytobomb shenanigans this turn. So I draw Phytobomb. This deck does so much damage out of nowhere. If I draw Phytobomb, I can dome him for an incredible amount of damage. This is creatures with 5 or less power. So it's not that great to play other than like a 7/10 body, I guess. I'm probably just going to play the 2 Dendrifies, honestly, to kill whatever he plays and keep my Herald alive. If he plays Ator and Zithian Shambler, does that even do anything? I don't think Zithian Shambler kills my Herald. He still takes like 11 damage off this from the Thundersource Trample, or Breakthrough. Yeah, so I'm just going to play a 7/10 and Dendrify his creature. It doesn't really matter where I play this card. And attack him for 6. If I draw Phytobomb next turn, he's dead. I didn't do that. I can still kill any level 2 creature he plays. Though this hand is not that great. I didn't draw any Dendrifies. That's a level 3 Ator. That's going to be impossible for me to deal with. I'm leaning towards impossible. I think I'm dead here, because I can't do anything. I can't do anything to stop that. I can only do 5 damage to his creatures. So maybe I can... If I play Behemoth and block with Malice Hermit, it still doesn't even do anything. It still doesn't kill his creature. I needed him to draw as poorly as I did. That didn't happen. So I think I just play Malice Armament here. Don't really have any other options. This blocks his 17 power, but I'm at 22 and all his creatures have haste, so there's no way he doesn't kill me right now. I can't think of a way he doesn't kill me. So I guess I'm just gonna let him kill me. I have no way to stop it. Yeah, Varus works too. Yep, that was game one, unfortunately. Ugh. Not sure what comments to make about this. I felt like I didn't have a very good showing. My opponent drew. I don't think he played a card under level the entire game, which is impressive, but that's one way to win a game of Solforge for sure.